Wow, ang puti ko. Ba't pumuti?
Kasi nga, hindi nga bagay sa'yo to kasi maputi ako sa'yo.
Yan, mas okay, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the greatest African American in history ever has pulled off the most amazing thing I have ever seen. Even though I just saw it on the internet in a little screen, it's still amazing. So I could only imagine if I was actually there. Of course, I am talking about Elon Musk. Well, he's from South Africa, if you didn't know. And so he's the, I think, CEO, probably CEO. Well, he founded SpaceX, this private NASA thing company who does who creates these rockets that launch itself into space and then goes back standing on on the platform, standing up straight. That alone, uh, I wouldn't have thought it possible. Okay, so there are people who can't even stack blocks upright, and SpaceX, they take huge rockets miles up in the air, bring it down safely on a specific point on the planet, and it's upright. It stands with all those tremendous forces involved. It's just it's just mind blowing if you can appreciate everything that's involved in it. Not only that, the most amazing part of it, one of the most amazing parts of it, is the let's just see if we can have that on video. I'm gonna play this clip on YouTube. So this is the simulation, an animated version of the event. Of course, it is already done, and they have they have replicated this plan to perfection. I think that would, well, at least that's what it looks to me. It's I don't know. It's it's just amazing that they actually not only I can't even I can't even uh tell this story properly, which one to begin, because there are lots of amazing things that happen um with this. Okay, first, you now see it's launching this huge ass spacecraft. Okay, so this is very different from the previous rockets, the huge rockets that we used to launch. Well, they used to. I don't have anything to do with these kinds of stuff because I'm not that smart. Okay, so those are the two rockets, and they landed back to the ground vertically, safely, just like it's about to launch again. And that is amazing. The perfect, I don't know, in perfect unison, they landed both rockets at the same time. It's just mind-boggling to me. So this is another rocket. That this is the main. I don't know, the one that's in the middle. I don't know if it's the main. And it did the same thing this time on a barge in the middle of the ocean. And just for it to locate that barge, it's probably just, I don't know how wide this barge. I don't think it's too wide, but for it to find that and land vertically into it and balance itself, again, amazing. And this part, this is the most audacious idea I've ever seen executed in history. Period. I mean, if you present this idea to me, and if I just saw this animation, I would not have believed it. I would have laughed. This is a joke. This is a, I don't know. This is a comedy show. Okay, but no, they actually did this. And Elon Musk, well, of course, he's a private company. SpaceX is a private company, so nobody's gonna question him. If NASA did something like this, of course, it's gonna be taxpayers' money, and we're gonna have issues afterwards. But since SpaceX is private, everything's good. They can do. Elon Musk can send any of his stuff out there, and it's I don't know. Some people are questioning the legality of putting your own car in space. I don't think if you really consider outer space, then it doesn't matter because it's just a tiny car and everything else, and nobody owns it. So I don't think it's an issue at all. And but the sheer audacity, like I said, the sheer audacity of this guy to come up with such, you can say, ridiculous. It's a ridiculous idea, but it's also a very cool idea. It's ridiculous, but it's awesome and cool and unexpected, and and just and just well, if anything else, it displays whatever. It just displays that anything is achievable. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean. Right now, think about this. Right now, at this very moment, there is an actual car floating right above us in space, just floating there. And not only that, there's there's a human form. It's a mannequin, but it's wearing this spacesuit, and it's just, why is it there? And what the fuck? What the fuck, really? Let's find another video. Okay, let's find another video. Let's see. I want to see the Starman, the live feed. Okay, this is, here it is. So this is the live feed of the Starman. That's the name they gave the. They say it's I read it's a crash test dummy that they dressed up in the SpaceX spacesuit. So this is, I think this is a prototype of the spacesuit that they want to, that they're gonna use when they go to Mars. Okay, so I think that's what I read, and he's driving. No, not driving, just sitting in there. So he's riding this Tesla Roadster, and they say that this is a roadster that Elon Musk himself drove. I don't know if it's his, but well, I don't know. Well, but Elon Musk drove this car at one point. And now, look at this. He's in orbit. He's on an Earth Mars orbit, meaning this this guy is gonna be it's gonna actually, it looks like it's orbiting Earth, but it's really leaving Earth. And from what I understood, okay, from what I understood, this guy, this car is propelled to go to Mars eventually. I don't know if it's gonna crash into Mars, or it's just gonna pass by Mars and then go ahead infinitely into space. But he's gonna have a rendezvous with Mars at one point in its journey. And then, but before that, he's gonna go into the sun and circle it, and it's gonna use the slingshot effect, so that the sun's gravity would pull it and create more momentum. And then I think they designed it, they placed it so that it won't get caught around the sun's gravity, so it's not gonna be trapped in an orbit around the sun. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna go to the sun pulls it, but then it is angled enough so that it would be released from the sun's gravity. But in effect, it's gonna cause its velocity to rise. So it's gonna get a lot faster than it is before it reached the sun. And then it's gonna shoot up and go its way back. That's 93 million miles from the Earth to the sun. So it's gonna come back from that journey and then go and make its rendezvous with Mars. I don't know. That's just that's just amazing. I don't know. And another mind boggling thing about this is that to complete this journey from the Earth to the sun and back to Earth and into Mars, it's gonna take it 1,000,000 years. That's right, 1,000,000 years. And on some, I think I saw a video saying it's 1 billion. Now I'm not sure, but just 1 million is already, I don't know. With that detail, I kind of I kind of formulated this theory. This is my theory about this whole thing. So Elon Musk, he's a genius and he's a visionary. And another thing is he wants to go to Mars. He said that he wanted. I think I saw an interview of him saying that he he wants to die in Mars, something like that, something like that. He wants to, I don't know, go there, and if he's gonna be the first person to die on Mars, it's gonna be fine for him. And now we also know that Elon Musk is kind of the real life Tony Stark, right? The Iron Man. If you look at what he just did, That's that's something that Iron Man would do. Something that Tony Stark, somebody with that kind of character, would do. Send send a car to space, right? Something as crazy as that. And then, so that means if he has that resource, those resources and all of those technology in space, and who knows what else. Maybe he's got he's also into renewable energy because he owns Tesla and other batteries. They just came up with ways to power batteries so that it would last. It could power an entire house. That hasn't been done before, but they did it, and they used this roof. So what I'm saying is that Elon Musk has different kinds of new tech in his disposal. And you know what else he could have? Maybe he has cryogenics in one of his laboratories. And so this is my theory. The space guy, he's actually Elon Musk. Or he's a dummy. He's a robot with Elon Musk's thoughts. So there's an AI machine in his head, and this robot guy, when it finally reaches Mars, he's gonna wake up and he's gonna be Elon Musk in Mars. And or he's actually Elon Musk, and he's frozen in deep sleep, and it's gonna take a million years before he wakes up, and he's gonna be fried by the sun's radiation by the time. I don't know. And now I think the robot Elon Musk would be more feasible, and the Elon Musk that we have now, well, if it's a robot, it's still the real Elon Musk. If it's the real Elon Musk on the car, then what we have is the robot Elon Musk on Earth. And yeah, that's my crazy theory. I just want to have fun with that. And who knows? Anyway, so now another thing that I want to talk about this is while I was watching this, first time I saw it, I was just in awe, and I was just concentrating. My face is like this. Well, I don't know. I'm well. I had my jaw dropped the whole time, the entire time that I was watching the live feed, because I haven't heard about it before I saw the live feed. It's just popped up. I saw a pop up that Elon Musk, that SpaceX is launching another rocket. So I clicked, and then I found out that I saw the plans that what they're trying to do. And so, what the fuck? What the fuck? Is this real? And apparently it was, and they made it. So I was just in awe the entire time. So this is the live feed of the spaceman. It used to be a live feed. It's about a day old now, and more or less this is so okay. So there's the moon. It's passing by the moon. Yeah. Okay, and then anyway, back to what I was saying. After the second time, about the third time that I watched it, because I watched it several times, I couldn't help but think about The next thoughts that came into my mind was was the flat earthers. So finally, this is we got them. Okay, so the flat earthers, I'm sure, but I'm sure they're gonna put a twist on this and say they're gonna find ways to claim that this is fake again, and that it is another conspiracy, and conspiracy without, I don't know, without any goals. And because I've been following these flat earthers, especially because one of Joe Rogan's um, most famous episodes was with Alex Jones and Eddie Bravo, who's a flat earther, and yeah, so that's where I found out about this guy's channel, Eric Dubay, and he's one of the main proponents of the flat Earth theory, and he has this YouTube channel where he uploads videos explaining his theories about flat Earth and other crazy conspiracies, like like the dinosaurs being unreal or being fake. There were no dinosaurs. The dinosaurs were fake, and well, the dinosaurs never existed. Okay, so I don't want to dwell much on those. And there's also this stupid theory that there are, well, the title of the video is "There Are No Forests," because the real forests were cut down long ago by giants, and the forest were gigantic trees, and their evidence is the most stupid thing you'll ever see. The evidence is those stumps, those those high cliff stumps. Let me just Google something like that. Um, uh, Tree stumps conspiracy. Eric Dubay. Let's see. Okay, this one. This is to me and to most people. This is this is a rock formation. We can explain. Scientists have explained how these kinds of rock formations formed, but no, Eric Dubay and the flat earthers, they say this is a tree stump from a past civilization, a civilization of giants, and they have basically cut all of these gigantic trees. If you could, if, I don't know who would believe such stupid idea, but there are people who do, and yeah. So there are lots of trees like this, or there are lots of rock formations like this all over the world. So, so this one's in Venezuela, and look, yeah, it kind of looks like a tree stump, but just because it does look like a tree stump doesn't mean it is a tree stump. So this is another this is another example. So this Eric the Bay guy who's fooled a lot of people. I don't know if they're really fooled actually. Maybe they're just trying to get attention because the flat Earth theory. it just I just can't I just can't believe that people would buy it to, to this to this day, in this day and age, with the internet and all. But I think what it demonstrates is the power of influencers. So Eric DeBay, no matter how naughty you think he is, or the other flat earthers, because there are a bunch of flat earth, um, flat earth. How would you call it? Um, the main guys, the main proponents of flat Earth, which other new flat earthers would quote or refer to. So so if you're gonna meet a flat earther, chances are he's gonna say, go to Eric DeBay's channel or the other channels that discuss the flat Earth theory. So those influencers, it's it's I don't, I don't know I don't know how to call it, but it just demonstrates their ability to influence, because they're influencers, right? And that people, if you talk to them in the right way, you can change people's minds. And you can, because many of these flat earthers, you wouldn't say they're stupid. You wouldn't say they're poor. They're stupid because they're poor, or because there are, let's say, Kyrie Irving. He's Kyrie Irving. He's a genius in basketball. He's not. He's not. He doesn't look like he's a stupid guy, and he's certainly not poor, because he's making millions in the NBA. But he's expressed himself to be a flat earther. Among other celebrities, actually waiting for the first. I'm still waiting. I've been waiting for a couple of years now for the first Filipino celebrity to come out as a flat earther. But just a few months ago, uh, Flat Earth Philippines, I think, has came out, and yeah, let's look at that. Flat Earth Philippines. So they're a little bit late to the party, but they're here now. Let me just okay. So these guys, Philippine Flat Earth Society. Shout out to you guys, man. So congratulations, congratulations. You have your 15 minutes of fame, because, of course, people made, because they made a little splash on social media. Okay, so and the unfortunate thing is that they have introduced the flat Earth idea to quite a number of Filipinos, because I don't know if you're gonna look at the trending topics in the Philippines. They're mostly about TV shows, and it's not about ideas like this. That's what I'm saying. And now they have they got a little viral hit on social media, and probably a lot of people have seen and heard of them after that, which they would not have that chance if they did not come out. So these guys, did themselves good. I don't know about humanity, if they did humanity any favors by doing so, especially the Filipinos. And yeah, we have a Philippine Flat Earth Society now in Kamsur Cam Norte chapter. So there are chapters. So that's another bad news. I don't know how many chapters there are. Maybe there's a Mapayapa chapter. That's my village. Maybe there's a Quezon City chapter, and I don't know. If there are, or if there is, I might I might wanna. I think I wanna talk to them and interview them. Maybe I'd search now. This flat Earth uh society. Oh, there's Kyrie. There's Kyrie. What else could I say? So after watching the launch, back to Falcon Heavy. After seeing the spaceman, the Starman in his car with the Earth in the background that's clearly round. Of course, I checked Eric DeBay's page on YouTube, and he has this little video showing, oh, well, mocking what SpaceX has accomplished, and of course he's gonna call them space fraud or something like that, space fake, something like that. Um, well, that's not unexpected. They would need to come back with something real quick, because let's face it, it's it is what SpaceX has done is devastating to their cause. Okay, so I don't know. They need to act quickly, and then if you're gonna if you're gonna read the comments, let's go to them. Let's go to Eric DeBay's page. Okay, so this is Eric DeBay's page. It has 16,000 subscribers. And here you're gonna find lots of videos explaining to you why the earth is round and why people with motives want you to believe that it is round. Oh, I'd rather it explains why the earth is actually flat, and why are people trying to fool you that it is round. And somehow his explanations make sense to people. Well, uh, if you really think about it, this is what I always say. Sometimes, a lot of times, actually, most of the time, what you say doesn't really have to be true. It just needs to make sense, right? Like the flat Earth theory. So I don't want to get political, because this is I say this during political conversations. Let's save that for another video. Okay, let's talk about flat Earth this time. So this if doesn't need to be correct, because for most of human history, it's obvious that the Earth looks flat, right? If you look at the Earth, you look at the horizon, it looks leveled. It doesn't, unless you, because you're not gonna see the curvature unless you're at a certain height. Okay, but then that's that's on surface level. If you're not gonna think more than what you see, what you actually see, if you're just gonna leave it to that, it's it is it. The Earth looks flat, therefore it's flat. But then there came a time when humans would uh, would observe would observe certain things that if they analyze it, it doesn't make sense, and it would not add up to to the the what seems like obvious theory, like, or it doesn't add up to the world being flat, like when they see a ship uh traveling to the sea, going to the horizon, and it vanishes and it goes down. um so at first you see the ship full, right? Then it gets smaller and smaller, and then eventually it just it just looks like it sinks. And back then you gotta see the hull, or the ship itself, and then it vanishes, but you can still see the sails, and then the sail slowly goes down and down and down until it vanishes over the horizon. So if the earth is flat, it shouldn't do that, right? So if that happens, so maybe it's because the earth is not flat and it is curved. So it's probably one of the first, um I don't know. They say that people have known, it's been recorded that there are people who has figured out that the earth isn't flat, that it's actually round or curved. But I think that is one of the most obvious reasons why anyone would begin to think that the earth is not flat. I'm rambling again. Am I? I have lost I have lost my line of thought once more, but that's okay. Anyway, I'll stop myself from saying things you already know for now. Um, the main point of this podcast, this episode, is to express my amazement and, I don't know, my huh my my awe. I'm still in awe about that launch. It's literally the most amazing thing I've seen ever, even if it's only on video. Okay, this is the SpaceX video that Eric DeBay made right after the SpaceX flight. I'm wondering why he only has 16,000 subscribers. I thought he'd have more. Maybe Eric DeBay got, I don't know, his page may have gotten deleted and it's just back again. I don't know. So these are the comment section, and there are lots of desperate flat earthers who still wants to cling to their little, I don't know, because if you're gonna say you're a flat earther, you're gonna stand out amongst your friends. There's just no way about it. So this is let's say Miko. He's a flat earther. Immediately, it's gonna everybody's like, huh? it's Miko the Flat Earther. Shout out to Miko. Anyway, it's like it's like it's like this girl that I knew back in college. One of my friends. I haven't seen that girl in a long while, even in Facebook. Anyway, she has this. Her thing is that she sees ghosts. As in, she has a third eye and she sees ghosts. But but then, what's weird about her is that that ability only seems to come up whenever it's brought up. It seems like it's only activated when we talk about her being able to see ghosts, and when it's not brought up, she's just she's just regular. She's just funny and loose and uh, just regular, just a regular girl. But then you bring up, hey, this. I think her name's. I don't want to say her name. Hey, this. I don't know how to do this. Hey, girl. Okay, so this is my friend, and she sees ghosts. Sometimes randomly, we're in the corridor, and then we're just talking. Hey, are there any ghosts in here? And then she's just be happy and happy and she's just regular. And then I ask her, "Are there ghosts in here?" And then all of a sudden, she's gonna stiffen up. Like, so I just activated the ability, and then all of a sudden, it gets scary, and so you're gonna if you're with her, you're gonna feel a little scared too. So is he beside me? So you're gonna ask those questions, and now I'm just saying maybe she has other intentions. Not that she's bad, but maybe that's her thing to make her a little bit more special and stand out. She's gonna be the girl with the third eye who sees ghosts. So that's what I think with flat earthers, because it's ridiculous. Okay, being believing that the earth is flat and believing that everything else that supports otherwise, all of the evidences, all of the photos, you're just gonna say they're fake. Okay, it's just ridiculous to subscribe to that notion that everything else is manufactured by a certain group of people who uh, who who has nothing to gain if you believe that that the earth is round or flat. It makes no difference to them. So yeah, that's my take on this flat earth stupidness. That's what's scary about it is that it's growing bigger and bigger each day, and it's just it's just I think it's one of the bad things that social media has caused, because social media, YouTube, Facebook, it just made stupid ideas like this one easier to propagate, right? So it's one of the drawbacks of this great thing, great invention called the internet. Because without the internet, I wouldn't be able to do this, right? Anyway, I don't know how long I've been talking. I'll probably edit some of the things out. Uh, let's see what else. So to end this video, congratulations, Elon Musk, the greatest African American ever to live on the face of the planet. It's probably it's probably up there with Newton and Tesla and Michael Faraday in my list. Yeah, it's probably up there with them. Einstein, uh, Steve Jobs, not not so much with Steve Jobs. I admire him, but not that much. Leonardo da Vinci. Those are I think those are the real. Well, if there's a hierarchy of genius and impact, well, the guy who invented the wheel, those are the guys. Uh, I don't want to talk about Steve Jobs right now. Okay, so there, the if Neil deGrasse Tyson has a critique on SpaceX and Elon Musk. He says that he's not a fan of private companies um, leading the way into space exploration because his reasoning, of course, he has his points because he thinks that the government should should be the one to spearhead these uh, these kinds of things, space exploration. The government would fund it first and do the well. Basically, the government should lead the way, and after the government has made its studies and did everything, then the private corporations would then be interested because they already have the studies and they can make calculations if doing business with the things that regard space is feasible for their companies. But that makes sense. But I think Elon Musk is a different animal. He thinks differently. I think deep inside, well, he's not even trying to hide it. He's just a nerd. He's a nerd who wants to, especially after this feat that he just pulled off. He's just a nerd who wants to fulfill his childhood fantasies, and he's a billionaire. And quite frankly, I don't think. Of course, he likes money. He wants to make more money, but I don't think money is the driving force for this guy. Unlike other corporations that are that are just deemed evil. Tesla. Um, I don't know if they made money out of this stunt other than uh, other than creating a commercial for Tesla. But my point Elon Musk is just being a kid right now, and and if he doesn't care about making money that much, he just wants to fulfill a childhood fantasy. Because from what I know, his uh, his ultimate goal in life is to start a colony in Mars. Okay, it's that's that's his that's his heritage. That's going to be his legacy to to humanity. It's um I don't know if probably there would be it's going to be commercialized one way or another in the future, because I think if uh if we get our shit together here on Earth, Mars would be the next frontier. That's if we if we get our shit together, because we might not be able to, and fuck things up to 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 the impossibility of redemption, beyond redemption, I mean. Anyway, so Elon Musk, I don't care if he's he if he's if he I don't care if the government is not leading the way, because after the war, after the Cold War, and the United States supposedly won that war, space exploration took a backseat, because yeah, it's about exploration and scientific it's a scientific pursuit, but it was primarily a weapons war. That was the driving force of the space explorations in the 70s and 80s. But now that the Cold War is gone, the driving force has left as well. And now the human race is very fortunate that there's this there's this billionaire kid in Elon Musk who's willing to dream for us and lead the way, because I've seen videos of him. The first time that SpaceX made a successful return, those rockets that land vertically, the first time that they were able to pull it off successfully, Elon Musk, there's a video of him. He's just a kid. He went out of the building. He ran, and then yeah, he just you just see this the the you just can see, you can feel it, his excitement, and it's just he just wants to see it happen. I don't think I don't think he was thinking about investments and his company's finances during that time. He's just in awe. He's just in real joy when he was watching his plan succeed for the first time, and that realizing at that moment, realizing that the rest of his dreams is possible, because the whole point of these reusable rockets is to lower the cost of space travel, so that you know because if you're gonna need to build new rockets all the time, it's gonna be expensive. And but if you can reuse these modes of transportation, like the same way that you can reuse an airplane over and over again, then imagine you having to need to build an airliner every time you fly. So it's gonna be more expensive to you. But since you're gonna it's reusable, it's a it cuts down the cost tremendously. So that's the point of Elon Musk. and his rockets. And now that he's achieving that feat of having reusable rockets, it's that takes him one step closer to his goal. So he's got that crossed out, and that excites him tremendously. And you just could see, you can just search for the video, and and you'll see that he's really a kid doing all of these things, just not because of I don't know, maybe I'm just naive, but from what I see and what I read from his actions, I think that's the case. Of course, there would be stockholders and board members in Elon Musk's company who may have other agendas, but Elon Musk himself, he just wants to see things done and prove or disprove ideas that would work. And that makes him a very special gift. I think, in my opinion, the rest of the rest of history, human history, basically, because we can build things from this kind of achievement. What else could I say? I wanna, I wanna exhaust everything I have with Elon Musk on this episode. Okay, what else would I say? Okay, maybe I don't have anything else to say. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna have to ask you now to subscribe. Okay, just subscribe. And also, I'm gonna be doing comics review, and hopefully, I get the last equip. Hopefully, I get the last package that I'm waiting for to properly do it. Hmm. Okay, I'm sure I probably still left a few points about this SpaceX launch. I could always just talk about it on the next episodes. Probably, hopefully, I'm still waiting for the first guest. I have talked to several people, and they were saying yes to me, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. Hopefully, it does. And yeah, let this podcast evolve into whatever it's gonna be in the future. That's it for now. Bye.